When you first land on the page, you'll see several options. On the left side, you can open the MERLIN web app either by clicking on the Open MERLIN app or by scanning the QR code. On the right side, you'll find various options to learn more about the web app and the MERLIN project. You can access the user guide and supporting videos, download a quick guide for a brief overview, or explore the European Scalability Plan. Once you open the web app, you'll have access to several key features. On the left side of the screen, you'll find 4 important icons. The first icon lets you change the background map. An example for a different background layer could be the satellite 3D layer, showing the map in 3D. The 3D map makes it possible to see the differences in elevation in the landscape. For example, it can show natural features like mountains, valleys, and forests. The second icon opens Layers View, where you can select different layers organized in categories, each providing different information. The first layer shows protected areas and EU legislation. Here you can see the ecological status of water bodies across the EU. When you zoom in, different colors show their condition: blue for high status, green for good, yellow for moderate, orange for poor, and red for bad. The Habitats and Species in Natura 2000 layer gives information on the Natura 2000 sites. These include freshwater, marine, and terrestrial habitats and species. By selecting different layers, you can access information about freshwater habitats, including their coverage and status within the Natura 2000 network. By clicking on the third icon Legend View, you will see the legends for the selected layers. If you want to learn more, watch our video about how to explore Natura 2000 sites using the MERLIN web app. You can also find detailed information about the underlying dataset via the reference provided. The second layer shows areas that need restoration under the EU Water Framework Directive and the Habitats Directive, either separately or combined. The needs are modeled in river restoration units and summarize data at a large scale. If you combine this layer with the first one, you might notice differences. For example, when you zoom in, many individual rivers may appear in good status, even though the entire region is shown in red, meaning it does not comply at the river restoration unit level. To learn more about how these maps were developed, look into Deliverable D3.1. The third layer shows where the MERLIN case studies are located. You can view both the outlines of the study areas and their centroids. To learn more about a specific case study, click on the site and go to the report view on the right side of the screen and click on Case Study Sites. Here, you can click on Further Case Study Description, which will take you to the MERLIN Case Study portal. Or click on Fact Sheet to get a short introduction to the study site. These sections describe the restoration measures used at each site and the expected outcomes for ecosystem services, such as climate mitigation, water purification, and flood protection. The fourth layer shows the results from applying the MERLIN modeling workflow in 4 case study sites. The workflow was developed to support the strategic replication and integration of restoration measures across sites and regions in Europe, or more simply, to upscale restoration across Europe. It provides an evidence-based approach to prioritizing restoration actions, helping ensure that efforts deliver the greatest ecological and societal benefits. The framework also helps translate EU policy goals into clear, spatially defined areas where restoration and nature-based solutions can achieve the best results on the ground. Once you have zoomed in on an area, open Report View in the top right corner and select Planning Tool. This gives you access to a scenario report. Selecting a case allows you to explore clear visualizations of ecosystem services and their economic benefits. To learn more about how to use the modeling workflow and how to value the societal benefits, you can look into the MERLIN deliverable D3.3 and D3.4. Finally, the fifth layer provides information that can support the planning of restoration or the implementation of nature-based solutions. It includes data on land cover and organic soil carbon, the latter helping to identify areas that are particularly suitable for climate change mitigation. You can read more about the supporting layers in the report view. This was an overview of the 5 layers in the layers view. The next icon is the legend view. This was already introduced in the overview of the different layers. When you select a layer in the layers view, you can open the legend view to see the meaning of the colors used in that layer. In other words, the legend view provides a clear explanation of the symbology for each layer. The fourth icon is the map search. This allows you to search for a specific member state, habitat, or species. If you want to learn more about the map search function, watch this video about how to extract data using the MERLIN web app. Thank you for watching. This was a quick overview of the MERLIN web tool. We hope this gives you a better understanding of how you can use the web app to explore maps that in many ways can contribute to the upscaling of restoration and implementation of nature-based solutions in Europe to benefit biodiversity and achieve societal benefits.